Hey guys, just a quick shop talk video. I went out this morning to go see an old friend of mine. I come back and got back on the 101. I had the power supply board out doing some testing. Got to go ahead and get the caps and replace that, and have to get caps for the audio board. In fact, there's going to be a lot of cap replacing in this radio. And you know, with having to do stuff like that, it costs a little money, so waiting on getting some other projects done to collect a little bit. I did do a restore for a guy that had picked up a Browning R27 S23, very mint condition looking radio. So I did a restore on that, but unfortunately it's going to be like 2 weeks before he can get down to pick it up. So you know, that went the play money for this coming week. But anyway, I did get something in the mail the other day, and I just wanted to share it with you. And these were sent in from a friend of mine called Chris, and he runs a business called Nomad Radio. And I'm going to go ahead and take all of them out. Let's get a look at what we got here. And what we have is relays. I got 3 relays for the antenna switch. These are drop-in replacements. And I also got 3 of the main relays. Now the thing is, you cannot buy the main relays for these Yaesu 101s anymore. You have to get this style, and to make it work you have to rewire the socket on the relay. So we'll be going through that in another video, show you how to do that, and think we document it so you can get these relays and get them stuck in the radio like they're supposed to be. But these are pretty good replacements, and they are Parabon field, nice relays. So we'll be getting to that in some future videos. And thanks Chris for sending these in. I really appreciate it. I thank everyone that sends stuff in, and you know, it's really a help. And Chris, out of the goodness of his heart, sent those to us, so that's going to be a big help in restoring these old radios. I've been finding a lot of noise in this receiver, and I shot a lot of footage already, but I ain't quite ready to put the video together because I got quite a bit more. There's going to probably be a lot of videos coming out of just this one 101 radios. So many things in it to cover, you know, from the power supply, the receiver, the AGC, the noise blanker circuit, the IFs, high and low IFs. It's going to be a lot of videos going to be shot on this. And then, you know, I said this before, get the receiver working and you're 80% there. The last 20% will be in your transmitter. So you know, it's always good to concentrate on the receiver first, because once you get the receiver done, you're 80% finished. So a while back I was using my Xtronic. This is a 4000 series model 4040. Okay, and the battery died on me, so I had to switch over to accessory plug. Anyway, a while back I was using my Xtronics. This is the 4000 series model 4040, and someone said, why do you use such a cheap system for? Well, it works, and it works pretty good. I haven't had any complaints with it. The tube that holds the tip in right here, it went bad on me, and you see the end of it is all burnt out, so it wouldn't hold the tip. The tip fell out. Well, in the time then, I made one just out of a piece of tubing. You know, just crimp the end, crimp the other end, worked like a charm. And I went ahead and ordered a new replacement iron. So I got the new replacement iron in. It comes with a spare element. And I plugged it into my 4040 and went up front to do a couple of things. And when I come back, I heard the transformer in here humming. And that didn't sound right. So I shut it off and I opened the unit up. And it's not built bad to be cheap, you know, but it's cheap. It ain't like your Heikos and Pace and JVC and different things. But I noticed that the transformer was humming a little bit and it was running real hot. So I disconnected that new heating iron, plugged the old one back in, and everything's been fine. So I get on the internet and I email Xtronic. Luckily they have a place here in the States, and told them what was going on. And this was last Thursday, I believe. Yeah, I think it was last Thursday. And like I said, I went in and emailed them, told them what was going on. I took the plug apart, made sure it was wired right, pulled the element and the board out, checked all that, everything looked fine. I said, well, maybe the heating element's bad, so I swapped the heating element, did the same thing. So anyway, excuse me, I started checking today, and I got an email back from Xtronics and told me to give them a call. So I called them and talked with Todd, and he is shipping me out a new handle at no other, you know, no expense. Told me just keep the other one, use it for parts or whatever. But today I took it apart and I noticed this transformer still runs a little warm, and I mean, it's pretty hot. And this thing is sealed up pretty good. So what I want to know, if any of you have got one of these units, does your transformer run warm? I went ahead and I checked a few things and everything looks good. The voltages look good, but this transformer is a little warm. So I'd like to hear from you, you know, if you do have one of these units, and if yours runs warm also. But anyway, the other iron is defective, and I believe it is, you know, like I said, I checked both ends. Both ends look good. I talked to Todd, and Todd said the elements are identical, you know, for those models. So perhaps it's in the cabling, something that's shorter than the cabling. So he's sending me out another one free of charge. Great service over at Xtronic. You know, you can't beat the service. It's just outstanding. And you know, the iron tips is like a Heiko clone, you know. It's not much. This is actually the one I made and put on here. It works good, no problem. I still have my old Radio Shack digital sorting station. It's typically the same tip as this one, just to, you know, have a little difference in it, not much. The element's completely different though. But I bought this when Radio Shack was going out of business here. I think I give $38 for it when it went, and these were like $100, $99.95 or something. Works pretty good. Can't complain. And while I was out this morning, I picked up two 10-meter radios. Top one is a President HR2510, and the bottom one is a realistic model HTX 100. Neither unit is working, and I think I give $20 for both of them. So we're gonna have to go through these in a future video and see can't we get these up and working. And I had a HR2510 not long ago, and I turned around and sold it, and I've been wanting another one, so I was able to find this. And I used to have an HTX-10, which was the lower wattage version, and this is a dash 100. So we'll get to play around with it and see how it does. Might make some interesting videos with. I also picked up a pair of Cobra 148 GTLs. And these radios used to be the Duck's Guts back in the CB days when they came out. They were very good, clean talking radios. And the last one I had got it and converted it over to 10 meters and got it up and running. Sounded real good, got real good reports on it. So I'm thinking about trying to repair this one. And this one here is a parts radio. It's been a lot of stuff removed. They will give to me. So anyway, I got one part in this radio I do not have. I need to find, and that's L4 that sits back here. That is an LA 261, I do believe. I'll have to pull the manual back out and look, but I believe it's the LA 261. It's the antenna transformer. It's been removed, and but it's got all the original parts in it. Doesn't look like, you know, all the limiters are intact. No funky channels has been added to it. So looks like someone had this radio and it quit on them, so they took a few parts out of it, which I went ahead and replaced the ones that were missing, all but L4, which I do not have, and the other one, L4, is also missing out of it, along with a whole bunch of other transformers. So, you know, parts radio, one to fix. The parts radio has a real decent faceplate on it. I've got all the knobs. I got all new knobs anyway, so I'll put all new knobs on here, and I'm going to swap this faceplate over. So it'd be fun to get this thing up on 10 meters. Might even try some 10 meter AM with it. See how it does. So another thing that I was hoping to do sometime in the near future is to get tracking generator installed on this IFR 1200. Now mine is just the plain S. I mean the plain 1200, not the S, or not the Super S. So getting the tracking generators is going to be a whole lot more expensive than what I want to put into it. And the reason for that is that, you know, there's no on-screen markers, no display on the screen. You know, it's just your waveform. So, you know, I was hoping to get that done so we can do some more in-depth experimentation on the homebrew duplexer stuff. Unfortunately, with what this is going to cost to have this unit put in, that's not going to happen. So I still have the noise generator that Dino sent in, and I have it into a metal box to keep it from getting so hot. You know, got a BNC jack on it, power switch, and just a temporary cable to get the right plug I need to put in here so I can plug a wall wart into it. But you know, we're still usable. I don't see no problem with not being able to use it. It just ain't gonna be as accurate as we want to see, but you see, it does puts noise up across the spectrum. So yeah, it fills the spectrum analyzer up with noise. It's a pretty flat line. It doesn't matter about anywhere you go on the spectrum. You know, we was on 14 megahertz, and there we are up on 330 megahertz. It's 500 megahertz, and you can see it's still noise, so it puts out a lot of noise. So we're going to play with this a little more. In the meantime, I'm going to look for a standalone spectrum analyzer that has a built-in tracking generator, and see if I can find something that's in need of repair. Something that's got some on-screen graphics, you know, and markers and set. But, you know, more future stuff to do as money allows. We'll be looking at stuff like this. And this is my old desoldering station. It is made by Unger. It is called the Hot Vac 2000. And you get your little glass reservoir here and your tip. And Unger was bought out by Weller many years ago. Now this does not have a vacuum pump in it. What it does have is this exhaust system on the back, and you connect compressed air to it around 60 pounds, and that's your exhaust port. So, you know, it doesn't do bad, but it's getting old, and you know, I picked it up at a Handfest for like $10, and I wish I would have bought a couple of them that he had, but I didn't. I just went ahead and bought this one, took a chance on it, and it's worked good. The thing is, you can no longer find parts for it. The tip is getting a little wore out. Needs replacing, but you know, it's not made no more. So I was talking with another friend of mine. In fact, he has a YouTube channel, and he's also one of my viewers, and he has a nice pace system that I want to get from him, so I think I'm going to end up going to that. But anyway, like I say, if anybody has one of these Xtronics 4000 series, I'd like to hear your comments about it. I'd like to know if your transformer runs warm, any problems that you had with it. And we'll be making quite a bit more videos on the 101. Still a lot to go through, so we'll be getting to that as soon as we can. Anyway, today's the last day of vacation. Go back to work tomorrow, and time is going to be a little limited here for the next week or so. But anyway, we'll catch you next time, and if you would, you know, leave your comments below. I'd like to hear from you. See you now.